I'm serious, I feel totally lost. If I'm asking for help, it's only because being with you has opened my eyes.
Hey guys, today I'm going to be doing the currently reading tag, and apparently this was created by Charlie Rainhorse, and I'll link that person and the person who I saw this video from below if I can find it. But nevertheless, let's get started. Oh, but first I'm going to be a bit antisocial in this video because I've got like the questions on my phone, so I'm going to be looking down quite a lot. I do apologise for that. So the first question is, how many books do you usually read at once? So I prefer ideally to just read one book at a time, but obviously there are times when you get caught up in the moment and you pick up a few at a time. So the most I will read happily and comfortably would be about 3, but I would say 2 is my maximum comfort. 3 is pushing it a little bit too far, but oftentimes when I get to that stage it's usually a graphic novel I'm reading alongside 2 more intense books, so I mean it's nothing really. Second question, if you're reading more than one book at a time, how do you decide when to switch to reading the other book? And also, do you read a certain amount of pages in each? So I usually decide to switch when something I'm reading becomes a little bit too intense and I go for the lighter option just to break it up a little bit. Or it can be maybe one day I'll pick up this particular book and I'll think, okay, I'll read this all day, and then I'll go and pick the other book up later on in the evening or something, just to break it up a bit and just so I can get, you know, a bit of reading ground done on both, so I feel like I'm getting somewhere, you know. And as for do I read a certain amount of pages in each, mentally in my head I do think, let me at least get 100 pages done, or at least finish this chapter. That's all I really think. It might not necessarily fall that way, but that's kind of how I try to do it. Number 3, do you ever switch bookmarks while you're partway through a book? No, and I don't understand why you would. It's like there's no reason to really. Number 4, where do you keep the book you're currently reading? It's usually kept on my little table kind of next to my bed or on my computer desk. Or if I'm going out the next day and I've already finished my reading for the day, I'll put it in my bag. 5, what time of the day do you spend the most time reading? Probably, say if I'm at school or college or I guess uni soon, it will most likely be in the evening, because then I'll obviously have stuff going on in the day and just can't get reading done. But a lot of the time I do find a spare moment or two to read during the day. So if I've gone out with my mum and she's decided she needs to pop somewhere whilst I'm with her, I'll run off to a quiet area or I'll scamper along reading whilst I'm walking. So I would say usually mostly evening, but I can get a lot of reading done during the day. Number 6, how long do you typically read for in one go? I can go for hours, to be honest. I don't really time myself, but I think the longest time is literally all day, obviously with little breaks. So I'd say the shortest time would be like an hour, the longest time literally all day. Like I can just read all day. As I said, with little breaks, watching telly here and there, or my DS, whatever, but yeah, pretty much all day. Number 7, do you read hardbacks with the dust jacket on or off? Okay, so this is only, like in the last year or so, been more of a thing for me. I used to just read it with the dust jackets on, but dust jackets are pretty and I like them to look good, especially on my shelf. So I do tend now, more often now, to take them off whilst I'm reading, and then I'll just like slot them back on after, or just leave it until I finish the book. So yeah, I do most oftentimes now I take the dust jacket off. Number 8, which position do you mainly use to read? I've discovered the position I read in most often is quite weird. I shall show you a picture. So yeah, if I'm not reading like that, then I tend to just either be sitting down, lying on my side, you know, anything that's comfortable really. Number 9, do you take the book you're currently reading with you everywhere you go? I do, unless it's massive and my bag's not strong enough or big enough to carry it. So if that's the situation, then I won't, but oftentimes yes, my book goes everywhere with me. Number 10, how often do you update the progress in the book you're currently reading on Goodreads? I used to do it every 100 pages, I think, when I first started Goodreads, but usually I just say whenever I've got something important I want to quickly write, I'll then decide to update it. Or if I have gone a couple of days of updating it and I've read a lot, then I'll just be like, oh, just want to see how far, like percentage wise or whatever, I've gone in the book, and then I'll just quickly update it. But yeah. Lastly, number 11, who would you like to tag? I think I would like to tag the Book Fox, Alf Books, and who else? Oh, I'm really sorry, I can't remember how to say your name, but they'll all be linked in the bottom. And of course, anybody who wants to do it. As I said, the links to the original post and the person who I saw do the video will be down below. And yeah, I hope you enjoyed this video. Bye!